The very last recording session that we had here for the podcast, we had a dog show up in really bad condition with urine burns all on its belly and kind of fell over from heat stroke. Put him in a safe place and then posted him as being found, which created an entire drama all in itself, very unexpected for us.
Today, we're joined by two incredible women, Shannon Medina and Angie Laurio, founders of the Polk County Bully Project, a foster-based rescue in Florida that's given over 5,500 bully breed dogs a second chance at life since 2019.
Hi, I'm Angie.
And I'm Shannon.
And we are
the Bully Project. And we have a bone to pick with you. Okay, so today's episode, we want to go over something that really kind of put us through the ringer. A lot of drama, and all we were trying to do is really just step in to help a dog. The very last recording session that we had here for the podcast, we had a dog show up in really bad condition with urine burns all on its belly. It basically, got out of the car and kind of fell over from heat stroke. So we, of course, said yes, put him in a safe place, and then posted him as being found, which created an entire drama all in itself, very unexpected for us.
So at that point, when we posted the dog, we had 3 people pop up through WhatsApp to say, I'm the breeder. I'm the one was the breeder, one was the one that bought the dog and gave it away, and one was saying, I am the current owner of the dog, which was in bad enough shape that it prompted us to file cruelty charges.
So that next morning, we called the sheriff's department. We had them come out and document the condition, take pictures, file the cruelty investigation, and then he went to the vet. But what happened after that was where the wheels started to come off the bus and just really kind of exploded the situation. We had someone sitting outside, stalking or sitting in their car, just watching for hours.
And that was making our staff pretty nervous to have somebody watching every move they're making from across the street.
Yeah, our phones were blowing up. There's somebody here, we think it's the old owner, she's sitting outside, what do we do? And we were like, nobody do anything, just hold tight. And then
we knew the dog needed to get to the vet.
Well, he was at the vet
already. Okay,
he was at the vet.
Okay.
And then the other sheriff's officer showed up to tell us that it was the owner of the dog is there and wants her dog.
We need to return the dog. So now we have 2 people from the sheriff's department saying, this is this lady's dog, you need to give it back to her. And we're saying, but wait, we just filed cruelty charges. We don't even have the dog. The dog is at the vet, receiving much needed medical care. So now what?
And then Angie's there standing with the sheriff, standing with the person who has a photo of the dog. That is the only basis to which we were being requested to give the dog back, and literally said that the dog wasn't in that condition. They put it that way.
So the current owner was trying to say that the dog did not look like that before it entered our care, 8 hours ago, less than a day ago, 12 hours ago. So that was not true. And then in Polk County, apparently, if you have a picture of a dog on your phone, you can claim ownership with it. So that prompted when the sheriff said, give the dog back, I refused to, because that's not our policy. We need more than a picture. We need some kind of medical records. We need some proof that you actually own the dog. This was at one time a beautiful little bulldog that would have been highly desirable. And we're just not going to give it back to anyone, especially in this condition.
No, and what pretty much kind of stopped that day's events of giving the dog back was I was on the phone with the person who had the breeder contract and said, that's my dog. So then I said, do you have vet records? Can you show this is your dog? And she said, yes, I can get it from the vet. So the dog was already at the vet, which for all of those who follow us, know that this is Chatham Tater Tot that we're talking about. So we're just going to call him Tater Tot instead of the dog, because it's for us, they're not just dogs. Clearly, we wouldn't spend all of our blood, sweat, and tears over them if they were. But he actually was already at the vet, so they were like, just leave him at the vet. And so we got an owner surrender from the original contract owner. But the vet records were, dun, 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 5 years old. 5 years old.
The dog had not, the assumption is that the dog had not received any medical care in 5 years, and obviously so by its appearance.
And it created this whole drama on Facebook because the breeder of the dog said, I am the producer, and this is not, this county doesn't need another produced pit bull, bully breed, anything, because they are dying at a rate that is just astronomical. They're 40% don't make it out alive here. So we don't need anybody breeding dogs here. So that created everybody jumping on her, and she says, I'm a good breeder, I'm a solid breeder. Then supporters of the breeder were going on saying, she's great, and we were like, well, this dog wasn't microchipped. So if you're a fabulous breeder, did you microchip your dog? No, I follow my dogs.
Obviously, she doesn't follow her dogs.
No, because the dog hadn't had vetting in 5 years. So it was this cascade of events that we found ourselves in the drama between the breeder, the person who had the contract. There was a falling out between those individuals and the person who owned the dog or had the photos of the dog, was gifted the dog 5 years ago.
We had our social media begging us not to return the dog to the current person. We had the lady that had last vetted the dog 5 years ago saying, please don't give that dog back. That dog roams the streets all the time, is not taken care of. I hear about it all the time. But we also had a sheriff standing in front of us saying, you have to return that dog. She has a picture of the dog on her phone.
You either give us the dog or I take it from you right now and it spends the night at animal control.
Which we didn't want.
And we return the dog. No, we didn't, because we had just spent a lot of money in vetting to get him back up to par, which we could not recoup. So the sheriff's department said, sorry for that. You did that on your own volition. And Angie was like, and what did you expect us to do?
So apparently, also here in Polk County, the decision to save a dog's life, which is what we did, because when the dog got out of the car, it was obviously overheated and it kind of fell over, and we rushed it to the vet. And he said, well, you should have reported it to animal control. You should not have vetted it. You should not have done
But you
any
shouldn't
of
have
these
vetted
things.
it for how many days? How many days did he say?
Oh my, was it 10? Something
It was
ridiculous.
like 10 or 15 days.
And I said it would have been dead. The dog would have died. And I said, so, you know, what would you have done? We are, a decent person helps the dog, saves the dog's life. So that's what we did. We saved it. And he said, well, you know, I don't know what to tell you then.
Yeah, and to complicate it even more, there was another dog also purchased by the breeder. And so the other dog was there. And at this point, this dialogue is going on. And then Angie is in contact with the person who says that they are the owner of Tater Tot, which his real name there was Rambo. So she was trying to deal with that and trying to do the best thing for the dog, because at this point, we have no rights to hold this dog. People are upset with us because we gave the dog back. People are irate with us because we gave the dog back, but I had no choice because dogs are property here in this county.
There was no way we were winning that.
No
way.
We couldn't win. So we did it. We gave the dog back. We were very upset. This encompassed over 3 days of our time. This put us behind in what we were trying to do, rescuing other dogs, just figuring anything out, because we were so overwhelmed. We were overwhelmed with it.
It was
defeating. It was defeating.
It was draining for all kinds of reasons. And you know, to top it off, when she came to pick up the dog, we had to send the dog with everything we received from the vet and food. So the dog probably would have been better off not going back to that home. So we did offer food and whatever the dog needed for its lifetime. So she's perfectly welcome to come back and see us anytime, and we will do whatever we can to help either one of her dogs. That's what we offered. We also offered to spay and neuter her dogs. So,
and she did say yes to that. So hopefully that door is open for her to come forward to do
anytime.
that, to let us do that.
Mm-hmm.
What we want to say is like the reason that we were able to step in for Tater Tot is because of the support of everybody in the community, the ones who helped us try to cover the vet bill. And in addition to that, we had another awesome supporter who stepped in to help cover his bill since we had to give Tater Tot back. So if you want to help us with our mission, if you can, any dollar amount, it all adds up. It's a tremendous effort to do this, and we cannot do this without community support. We have the donation link on our website. We have the link to volunteer. Our volunteer program is strong, and we need you. We need things as small as back end office work, walking dogs. We have an amazing laundry team. So anything like that, the volunteer application is there, and the foster application, which is a huge piece of what we need here to help us save lives, is also located on our website.
Also, if your teen needs service hours for school, that's another place where we offer to help out, and we have a decent amount of kiddos showing up to walk dogs to get service hours.
So your community support means everything to us, and we appreciate you.
Thank you.